So, I guess this is another episode on the series of keeping up with the tariffs. Trump is threatening to impose an additional 100% tariff on China. Okay, so it was like a 35% tariff initially, then it went to 145%, then it got brought back down to like a 30% tariff, and now it's going to go back up to 130% or some shit. Like, it's so fucking stupid. What's this video?
Just want to confirm, have you canceled your meeting with President Xi? And
No, I haven't canceled, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But, they hit the world with something that really is.
We have a bunch of eugenicists chilling in the fucking background, Mehmet Oz and fucking RFK Jr. We got the eugenicist collection talking about how Tylenol causes autism.
Not anything that people are going to do, and it was shocking. I can tell you, Howard and I and Todd, we all Scott, we were all speaking about it before, and we said, where did that come from? It was just, that was out of the blue, right? Out of the blue, they came up with this whole import-export concept, and nobody knew anything about it. And we were just surprised that China have a very good relationship.
So from what I understand, because he's not really saying exactly, I believe there's like a Truth Social a bit about this. Let me fucking find that real quick. Here's our rambly old man talking about doing basically an export, not tariff, export controls. Which is the exact same shit that the United States of America does in terms of selling chips. Reese, I did finish watching it was like it's a 3.5 hour documentary by Gamers Nexus talking about the basically the smuggling of GPUs within China, and they do a bunch of smuggling of GPUs within China because there's current laws on the books that are for national security purposes for China to not be able to get certain AI chips with like extra fucking memory. So then America has a edge in terms of AI because it's a national security concern, and that's why. So it's been learned that China has taken an extraordinarily aggressive position on trade, and in sending an extremely hostile letter to the world stating that they were going to, effective November 1st, impose large-scale export controls on virtually every product they make, and some not even made by them. This affects all countries without exception, and was obviously a plan devised by them years ago. Really? How do you fucking know about it? Like, he says, like, oh, this is like a recent thing that they announced to the world. How do you know that they put this together for fucking years? How do you know about that? It's so stupid. Also, like, maybe they wouldn't have to do these export controls if you weren't just like a stupid, belligerent moron and asshole when it comes to, I don't know, all the random dumb fucking tariffs that you decided to do on China specifically. It's so fucking stupid. It is absolutely unheard of in international trade. Yet you guys also have export control laws on GPU sales that Nvidia does to China. But okay, whatever. And a moral disgrace in dealing with other nations, based on the fact that China has taken this unprecedented position and only speaking for the USA and not other nations who are similarly threatened, starting November 1st or sooner, depending on any further actions taken by China. The United States of America will impose a 100% tariff on China. Oh boy, if you thought the economy wasn't bad enough as is, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It's just gonna be it's like the Wojak holding onto the arrow and just like screaming like ah, ah, and the arrow is just like fucking plummeting down. It's time for a complete fucking shit show. Let's go, dude. Over and above any tariff that they are currently paying. Also on November 1st, we will impose export controls on any and all critical software. Like what? Like Microsoft shit or something? But okay, whatever. It is impossible to believe that China would have taken such an action, but they have, and the rest is history. Thank you for your attention to this matter. By the way, this wasn't the first post that he made about this. Here's the actual post that more than likely he wrote himself. Some very strange things are happening in China. They are becoming very hostile and sending letters to countries throughout the world that they want to impose export controls on each and every element of production that has to do with rare earths. So I believe, if I am correct, the area where China gets a lot of its rare earths, and I believe that China is the biggest supplier of rare earth minerals, beside out of Africa. It's a bunch of African countries, I think, like Congo and stuff. But it's also China. China also has a lot of rare earth minerals in its country, and a lot of it's out of Tibet, I believe. I'm not gonna say that's part of the reason why Tibet got fucking annexed, but Tibet did get fucking annexed for a lot of fucking reasons besides the rare earth fucking minerals. China do be loving to extraction of Tibetan mines of all the fucking rare earth minerals of the Tibetans. Very, very cool. Nobody has ever seen anything like this, but it would clog the markets and make life difficult for virtually every country in the world, especially for China. Why would it make it life difficult for China if they're doing export control laws? In what way? Like, why would they do the laws if it was going to be difficult for them? Because they are an export economy. Like, why would it be hard for them? They're just not going to be flooding the market as much, I would assume, because that's generally what export controls are for. Like, it's a little fucking strange to me. We have been contacted by other countries who are extremely angry at this great trade hostility, which came out of nowhere. Dude, you're the one who kept slapping random 145% tariffs on fucking China and just like taking them away and then trying to fucking slap on more fucking tariffs at every fucking turn on China. I wonder why they might be hostile to you. I have no idea, honestly. Our relationship with China over the past 6 months has been a very good one, thereby making this move on trade an even more surprising one. Weren't you also mad about the fact that China is also undercutting your fucking soybean farmers simply due to the fact that you decided to give a $20 billion bailout, and the fact that you've been incredibly hostile to them for, again, like, every single time there's been a problem with trade, it's been initiated by this motherfucker every single time. So again, just don't believe any of the bullshit that comes out of his fucking mouth. It's complete fucking nonsense, dude. Thereby making this move on trade an even more surprising one. I have always felt that they've been lying in wait, and now, as usual, I've been proven right. Again, I have to ask, why would they be hostile to everybody? Like, why would they do this? Something must have fucking prompted them. And I'm thinking it might be something that you more than likely fucking did. Because, again, you got mad about the fact that the Chinese were fucking undercutting you guys because of the fact of your really, really bad trade policy that you did with the fucking Argentinians, giving them $20 billion of bailout money, and also snubbing the fucking Chinese initially with the tariffs. Like, you're the motherfucker who decided to tariff the entirety of the world about 6 months ago, bro. Like, people have not forgotten that. It's so fucking stupid. There is no way that China should be allowed to hold the world captive, but that means to have been their plan for quite some time, starting with the magnets and other elements that they have quietly amassed in a somewhat of a monopoly position, a rather sinister and hostile move. Oh, now you have a fucking problem with monopoly. Say that about all the media conglomerates that you're trying to fucking approve constantly. But the US has monopoly positions also, much stronger and far more far-reaching than China's. I have just not chosen to use them. Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah, totally, bro. There was never a reason for me to do so, until now. The letter they sent is many pages long and details with great specificity each and every element that they want to withhold from other nations. Things that were routine are no longer routine at all. I have not spoken to President Xi because there was no reason to do so. Or didn't you just say that you're about to fucking meet him, like, pretty soon right now? Like, what the fuck are you talking? Again, the inherent fucking contradictions consistently from the old man whose brain is consistently leaking out of his fucking goddamn ears is just palpable at this point. It's just like, oh, I was told there's no point in me talking to China at all, but now I have to talk with them. I have to. But, you know, maybe there's actually no reason at all to talk with them. It's just like, buddy, fucking pick a lane at this point. Like, you talking with them, you're not talking with them, what are you gonna do, bro? Like, are you gonna just, like, sit in a corner and start singing Kumbaya or some shit? It's like, Jesus Christ, make a fucking decision, dude. Jesus. This was a real surprise, not only to me, but all the leaders of the free world. I was to meet President Xi in 2 weeks at APEC in South Korea, but now there seems to be no reason to do so. So you're not going to go to APEC anymore, I guess? Okay, that's cool. Great. This is going to really, really play out well. Like, is he trying to take, like, the strongman position of, like, look at me, I'm being so tough by not meeting with China, while they try to do hostile trade actions against us? We're just not going to talk with them. Fuck you. It's just like, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work like you think it is. The Chinese letters were especially inappropriate in that this was the day that, after 3,000 years of bedlam and fighting, Islam has not existed for 3,000 years, you fucking moron. Like, whatever. Stupid. There is peace in the Middle East. Okay, bro. I wonder if that timing was coincidental. I don't know. Also, by the way, it seems like Israel is following the orders of the fucking ceasefire for the time being. Who really knows if they are going to keep upholding their end of the bargain? That's a big, big, big question. Dependent on what China says about the hostile order that they have just put out, I will be forced as President of the United States of America to financially counter their move. For every element that they have been able to monopolize, we have to. Like, what do you mean? Like, rare earth elements? Like elements in the periodic... What the fuck is he talking about exactly? I have no idea what he means here. I have never thought it would have come to this, but perhaps, as with all things, the time has come. Ultimately, though potentially painful, it will be the good thing in the end for the United States of America. Yeah, dude, all the little treatlers are going to be very, very happy about the fact that their China slop shit is going to go up double in price because of the fucking stupid tariffs that you're going to put on. Yeah, they're going to be really, really happy that their cheap China products are going to be almost impossible to fucking purchase. Again, like, let's not forget here, the reason why people might be hostile in trade negotiations to you, Trump, is because, let's be honest here, you keep just doing random bullshit and tariffs consistently because, I don't know, you're a complete moron. Yeah, you're a complete moron who doesn't understand how tariffs fucking work. It's not like a fucking video game where you do the deal, they accept the deal, and you start immediately getting some kind of benefit from it. It's not gamified. This is reality, Trump. That's how reality works. It's so fucking stupid. One of the policies that we are calculating at this moment is a massive increase of tariffs on Chinese products coming into the United States of America. And there are many other countermeasures that are likewise under serious consideration. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Dude, like, are you ready for more average fucking goods that are manufactured in China? Because again, the manufacturing base within the United States of America it does not exist for stuff like furniture, food products, a bunch of other, like, average fucking goods. I don't know if food products necessarily get sold from China into the United States. There's probably some of it. But, like, a lot of average sort of goods for the average American, those are going to go up in price because of all this stupid bullshit with this 100% tariff that's going to be enacted in about 3 weeks, potentially. 3 weeks, yeah. November 1st is in 3 weeks. So U.S. President Donald Trump said he would impose an additional 100% tariff on imports from China from next month. In a post on social media, Trump said the U.S. would be also put up export controls on critical software. Totally, bro. Okay. I have to go into this. You guys already have a bunch of fucking export controls on different software, especially when it's AI-related stuff. You have tons of controls in terms of exporting that to the fucking Chinese because, again, national security concerns. You guys already fucking do that. Like, so fucking stupid. In an earlier post on Friday, he hit back at Beijing's move this week to tighten its rules for exports of rare earths, accusing China of becoming very hostile and trying to hold the world captive. He threatened to pull out of a meeting with China's President Xi Jinping. He later said he had not canceled it, but that he did not know that we were going to have it. I'm going to be there regardless, he told reporters at the White House. So again, in social media, he says he's not going to be there. Now he's going to be there. He's not going to be there. Very, very indecisive here. Very, very indecisive. Financial markets dropped in the wake of Trump's remarks. S&P 500 closing down 2.5%, or 7%, its steepest fall since April. China dominates production of rare earth metals and certain other key minerals, which are key components in cars, smartphones, and many other items. Again, the reason for that is because they have the region of Tibet, and Tibet has a large concentration of rare earth metals. That's fucking why they have a lot of production of that shit. The last time Beijing tightened export controls after Trump raised tariffs on Chinese goods early this year, there was an outcry from many U.S. firms reliant on the materials. Carmaker Ford even had to temporarily pause production. In addition to tightening rules on rare earth exports, China has opened a monopoly investigation into the U.S. tech firm Qualcomm that could stall its acquisition of another chip maker. Qualcomm is trying to acquire another chip maker. They do work in China, and they are opening an investigation into the potential monopoly that they have. Okay, gotcha. Although Qualcomm is based in the U.S., a significant portion of its business is concentrated in China. Well, gotta follow Chinese laws, you fucking losers. So, cope and seethe and mauled. Yeah, it turns out you can't just have too much fucking control of a market all under yourself, unlike that in the United States of America, where this complete fucking dumbass is just going to be like, yeah, we're just going to do everything possible in order to concentrate more and more power under the hands of fewer and fewer fucking people. Oh, Qualcomm makes most of the world's Wi-Fi and cellular chips. Thank you, Boy Meets Mini. Beijing has also said it would charge new port fees to ships with ties to the U.S., including those owned or operated by U.S. firms. Some very strange things are happening in China. Trump wrote in a post on social media on Friday, they're becoming very hostile. I mean, again, you're the one who started this whole trade war nonsense to begin with the Chinese, and you're telling me that with all the stuff that you did with the fucking soybean farmers, that the fact that they're trying to find other fucking goddamn buyers of fucking products, you're shocked Pikachu facing about the fact that that's happening, that they're starting to be hostile in trade with you guys. Like, again, you are the ones who started the entire, like, trade war fiasco to begin with the Liberation Day bullshit. Like, this, like, whoa, actions have fucking consequences, a concept for fucking conservatives that they'll never fucking understand. The US and China have been in a fragile trade détente since May, when the two sides agreed to drop triple-digit tariffs on each other's goods that had nearly stopped trade between the two countries. The move left U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods facing an added 30% levy compared with the start of the year, while U.S. goods entering China faced a new 10% tariff. Officials have held a series of talks since then on matters including TikTok, agricultural purchases, and the trade of rare earths and advanced technology like semiconductors. The two sides were expected to meet again this month at a summit in North Korea. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fucking happen, isn't it? China expert Jonathan Sin, a fellow at the Brookings Institute, said Xi's recent actions were a bid to shape the upcoming talks, noting that the recent rare earths directive does not go into effect immediately. So he's looking to try to see, like, how Trump might react. He's trying to take some kind of initiative, seeing, like, okay, so if I were to do this, what's Trump going to do? Is he going to act like a fucking complete belligerent and moron? Of course, yeah, he's of course going to act like a complete belligerent and moron. It's just going to be fucking, we're going to see, because, again, like, about the trade war stuff, once again, it's Trump who was the one who started all the trade war fucking nonsense. He's the main belligerent when it comes to the trade war. He started it all. So don't be shocked Pikachu facing that China might take some fucking reciprocal actions. This is very consistent. He's looking for ways to seize the initiative. The Trump administration is having to play a game of whack-a-mole and deal with these issues as they come up. He added that he did not think China was worried about U.S. retaliation in response. I figured, again, why would you think that they're putting export controls when they are an export economy, right? They're doing this because they're not really concerned about the potential consequences of putting those fucking controls in place. And they're probably doing this within a sort of a particular reason so their economy doesn't suffer too much from it. Or at least maybe it might suffer a little bit in the initial, but overall it's going to be like, like, we may have some problems initially a little bit, but overall it's going to probably work out. It's not going to be that big of a deal. What China took from the Liberation Day tariffs and the cycle of escalation followed by de-escalation is that the Chinese side had a higher pain threshold, he said. From their perspective, the Trump administration blinked. Don't disagree with that. Again, like, Trump did fucking taco out. At this point, we all know how the stock market consistently likes bets on a lot of actions that the Trump administration takes, where they're just like, he's probably not going to follow through with this. He's going to fucking cower out, and he's consistently fucking cowered out. In prior rounds of trade talks, China has pushed for looser U.S. restrictions on semiconductors. It is also interested in securing more stable tariff policies that would make it easier for its business to sell into the U.S. Again, the reason why they want a lot of chips and semiconductors is all for fucking AI stuff, to catch up in terms of the AI race that the U.S. is basically trying to conduct, right? Significant amounts of investment. The reason why the stock market even is in the bubble that it is right now, it's basically like 8 companies in a fucking trench coat, the stock market currently. Like, by all indications, we are within a recession because of the AI bubble that's currently going on right now, specifically with Nvidia, like currently valued at a market cap, I think about $4.5 trillion, purely a speculative fucking bubble based off of AI. And that's shit that's going to, given how unstable it is with a lot of the bullshit that Donald Trump is doing specifically with trade, may potentially cause that bubble to let out a little bit of air, which would be really, really bad for Donald Trump. But then again, the thing with Trump, and the reason why he's so obsessed with raising the value of the stock market, is because that's like the only metric that he thinks is measurable of a successful economy. Just high stock numbers. When we all know, like, it's the success of an economy is not tied purely to its fucking stock portfolio. Like, that's complete nonsense, because most average Americans and most average citizens of the world are not able to own a lot of money into fucking stocks, but he can. So therefore, well, listen, everyone else probably can own a bunch of stock because I have a ton of stock. I have no problem with that. Xi has previously used as leverage his country's dominance over rare earths production. But the export rules unveiled this week target overseas defense manufacturers, making them particularly serious, said Gracelyn Bascarin, director of the Critical Minerals Security Program at the Washington-based Center for Strategic and International Studies. Nothing makes America move like targeting our defense industry. That's true. The U.S. is going to have to negotiate because we have limited options. And in an era of rising geopolitical tension and potential conflict, we need to build our industrial defense base. Yeah, I wonder who's causing these constant raises of the geopolitical fucking tensions. I'm sure that Liberation Day had nothing to do with any of that bullshit. And the sheer, like, I don't know, abstemiousness of liberal fucking governance. It's so stupid. While a Trump-Xi meeting now looks unlikely, she said it was not unnecessarily completely off the table. Ms. Bascarin said there's still time and room for talks. China's new rules don't take effect until December. Negotiations are likely imminent, which is more than likely why they have it basically going to be implemented within December. They want to see if Trump's going to make a move. They want to see what he potentially does. And so far, the move that the Trump administration is taking is like, well, we don't... Fine, I'm not going to talk, but maybe I am going to talk. But I'm going to do the tariff, but maybe I'm not going to do the tariff. And it's just complete random bullshit. It's trying... At this point, I think what China's trying to do is they're trying to gauge a response. They're going to be like, all right, we're going to do export controls on our rare earth mineral production. Sure, fuck it. What's the U.S. going to do? We're going to do tariffs, but I don't want to talk with you, but I kind of want to talk with you. Maybe I won't talk with you. They're trying to gauge to see what the, old doddering moron is going to do. And, well, it's going to be either tariffs, some random bullshit he's going to back off of, or some inevitable coming to the fucking table. Like, who the fuck knows at this point? Because the point is the instability is what is the problem here. Because Trump has no idea how to, well, do trade or how to steward an economy effectively. Again, same motherfucker who's had 6 businesses fucking fail. Do you really think that you can trust a guy like this with running the world's largest fucking economy? I don't personally think so. That seems like a bit of bullshit to me. And, you're telling me also that it's going to make it really, really easy to potentially expose and just make him make any fucking kind of mistake that makes him look really idiotic and belligerent on the world stage, and make it such that people are going to want to rely more and more on China. Because again, in reality, this is what China really wants. They want to become the world's new fucking hegemon. And considering how much of an idiotic, belligerent moron Trump is, and abstemious liberal governance, well, it's going to be inevitable that China is going to rise up as the new world fucking hegemon, because while the US's leadership is asleep at the wheel, and the inherent contradictions for the United States in this new Gilded Age that they're trying to build are starting to show more and more. But yeah, it's one of those situations where it's just like, spare me at Trump. Like, your utter stupid belligerence and nonsense is mostly the reasoning for as to why these trade tensions and trade wars are fucking happening right now. So maybe if you weren't such a stupid, dumb fucking asshole and just randomly doing stupid fucking trade actions for no fucking reason, then you wouldn't be caught in this fucking position. But then again, I have to make myself look as strong and tough as possible on the world stage. It's how it works, folks. So it's just like, great. And everyone else now has to fucking deal with the consequences of Grandpa Simpson yelling at the clouds doing like stupid, idiotic fucking bullshit. I don't think there's really much else to say besides, well, it's time for the economy to keep getting worse.